Hello lovelies, welcome to my channel. In this video, I am going to share essential toolkit for beginners for brush calligraphy that I have learned over this past 6 years. So let's get started. Before we start, I have a YouTube giveaway for you all. See all the instructions on the screen and participate. All the best, bye.
First up, let's talk about the heart of brush calligraphy, the brush pens. We will start with the small tip brush pens first. So the pen which I feel is a game changer and my favorite brush pen which you must have if you are gonna start brush calligraphy, the Tombow Fude-no-Suke brush pen.
So I'm using the Tombow Fude-no-Suke soft tip. It's also available as hard tip, but you can use whatever you like, and it is so jet black and gives a nice finish. Plus point is it is completely waterproof. Also it's available in colors. Now I have the grey color option, so you can see it over here.
Another one of my favorite small tip brush pens is the Pentel Brush Sign pen. Now this pen is ultimate favorite amongst lot of calligraphers because they have really vibrant colors, and I also feel that these colors are even more vibrant than the Tombow ones. In the Tombow I prefer the black one the most, but when it comes to colors, the Pentel has really vibrant and also beautiful pastel colors options. So let's swatch them.
I love that the colors are super vibrant and they have very cute pastel colors option also.
Now let's talk about some Indian brand that does amazing brush pens. My favorite in the small tip category is the Brustro brush pens. So these are the Brustro Feud brush pen. I have it in fine and bold, there is fine, there is medium. So you can buy the whole pack and see what works the best for you. The quality of this is almost like the Tombow brush pens and it is really pigmented. You'll get a very good control if you're a beginner with these brush pens. And also I like that it is available in a pack of 4, so you can try different sizes.
Again, great for handwritten letters and a lot of different things available in different size options.
So these are my recommendation for small tip brush pens, which I feel like if you invest in these, you will learn brush calligraphy at a faster rate. Let's talk about brush pens which is a little larger than this ones. So let's dive into that. Next, let's talk about a little more flexible pens than the small tip pens. My favorite brush brand category are the Zig brush pens. Let's talk about the Zig brushables. So it has two sides like this. Both sides are actually similar. So usually in brush pens you see one side is thick, one side is thin. Now I prefer this kind of style where both are same, because usually when you have one thin and one thick, the thick one is not much used, and then if it gets spoiled you can switch into the other side. So let's just swatch them.
These are smooth as butter on paper, glide so beautifully as you can see. Love this pen for medium tip.
Next up on my list is the Zig Feud Bury. So the Zig Feud Bury is a little less flexible than this, but I feel like it also are great if you're practicing flourishing, etc., because it gives smooth strokes and very highly controllable and not very flexible. So if you're looking into flourishing with medium tip pens, Zig Feud Bury is your best friend.
The best pen if you want to try flourishing with medium tip. You can see the flourishes are so clean and neat on this. Also the colors are very vibrant.
My next option in my medium tip pens are the Koi brush pens, and the Koi brush pens are very similar to the Feud Bury brush pen in terms of thickness, etc. So let's just swatch this.
These are a little thick than the Zig Feud Bury, but amazing quality brush pen.
So they don't spoil that easily, and that is why my recommendation for medium pens are this. Now let's talk about the unsung hero of calligraphy. You guessed it right, the papers. First up, I have on my list the Rhodia paper pads. Undoubtedly, I feel these are the best paper pads for beginners, and I have been using this since I started brush calligraphy, which was in 2018. So I feel I have a very nostalgic connection to Rhodia paper pads, and why I love them you will get to know that. So you have this in different varieties. I have the grid ones. So this grid line ones you can see can be used if you're doing calligraphy and if you need lines. Now you can never do calligraphy without grid lines. This always keep in mind. Yes, for fun you can do it, but if you're getting some really important work to do or commission work, you cannot do it on blank paper. So you need lines for understanding and placing all your letters neatly on the baseline. So we have the grid option also in Rhodia paper pads. You have a dotted option also. I hope you all can see this in camera. So it has very light dots. For someone who don't like very harsh lines of the grid, you can go for the dotted ones. Now I feel the dotted one works the best if you are like shooting a video. Now maybe while you're shooting a video, you don't want the lines to overpower your brush calligraphy. You want something which is plain and when your lettering will stand out. So maybe for that you can go for the dotted one.
These papers are completely acid free, they will not turn yellow, and also what I love about them is you can do blending on this very easily, it will not bleed. You can play with colors and you can also do light watercolor washes on the paper like this.
These, as you can see, even behind it is not bleeding at all. So this is my first recommendation. So let's talk about the superheroes for markers, the marker paper. The marker paper, as the name suggests, are made to handle the ink of the marker and it will not bleed on these papers. I am of the opinion that marker papers are much better than tracing papers because these are meant for those ink markers. I have over here the Bristol marker paper, and again this just ignites so much of nostalgia because I have been using this when I was a beginner. I used to shoot videos on this. I used to not have any kind of very expensive papers, and this paper used to do its job so well. Very beautiful paper, and I feel like everyone should invest in a good marker paper. You also have Canson marker paper, but in India are usually easily available. So whatever marker paper is available in your country, maybe Bristol, maybe Canson, you can buy that one. Now what is the quality of the marker paper aside from it holding the ink well is first of all, they are not as thick as your regular paper, so you can see through it. You can easily little bit see through this. So these are not light tracing paper but a little heavy duty tracing paper, you can say. So you can easily keep a guideline sheet below and you can write on this. So what I'll do now is I'll take this paper and I'll paste this over here.
Always use guideline sheet below and write your word, and you can see this again is extremely smooth and you can do watercolor washes also on this. My next category is 100 GSM smooth papers. In this we have JK Bond papers and JK Cedar papers. Both are 100 GSM.
Again, they do not bleed at all, and I also print my worksheets on bond papers, beautiful finish, and they are again similar to the Rhodia paper pads, but they don't have guidelines on anything on this, so you need to draw guidelines on this, or maybe you can use a light pad. These are not see-through like the marker paper, so you cannot keep anything behind because you cannot see it. These are very thick paper. I will link everything in the description box. In many countries, HP premium papers are also used, which are very similar to the bond papers. So you can search on Amazon. Maybe if you're not from India, you can search 100 GSM papers and see what options is available for you, and you can buy that. I think most of the country will have bond paper. Now, last but not the least, let's talk about some miscellaneous stuff. We have a pencil. Now pencil is really important as a calligrapher. You can use any pencil you have, but I recommend pencil which is not very dark. Now you can use a mechanical pencil also. I don't have it available right now, but I also use mechanical pencil a lot, or this 2mm pencil, but you have to make sure that this is at least HB, not extra dark, etc., because it will leave mark on your paper when you erase it. Also, you need a flexible ruler because this is useful as a calligraphy artist so much. You can use it for different surfaces however you want it. So this is how I will make my guidelines.
So by using a transparent scale, you will get an idea where to place a center line just above your bottom line, so you will be very accurate and you can place your word that will make it look more neat.
Now I like to use a eraser like this, which is also known as the kneadable erasers. Why? I will show you. These erasers you can twist and turn however you want. You can even go to any minute area of your calligraphy and you can erase it like this.
As you can see, it is producing very minimal to no amount of dust, which I love.
Like extremely small amount of dust, which I absolutely love about these erasers. So this is my must-have as a miscellaneous stuff, like pencil and what kind of scale you need and what kind of eraser you need. Next up on my list is some plastic sheets or OHP sheets, which are also available on Amazon, but I feel everyone will have this kind of Ziploc bags at your home, and this is what I feel like a must-have for a calligraphy artist.
So as you know, we can make quick backgrounds by just placing the colors on it, and even if you use Rhodia paper pads, you can create it because Rhodia pads hold your watercolors also very nicely. You can also swatch colors on it and then you can place it on your 100 GSM papers for this beautiful background.
And if you want to know more about background, if you want me to go in depth about these, then do comment below and I would love to share another video on watercolor backgrounds in detail. Now with this everyone, we are done with today's video. Now some pro tip, don't go crazy over buying everything at once. Start with your Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen and just your Rhodia paper and you're good to go. That's it. Remember the most important thing. It isn't about having every supply under the sun. You have to put in the work. Or you can buy calligraphy workbooks from your favorite calligraphy artist. You can check link in the description box if you want to purchase my calligraphy workbook, and you can practice on that, or you can take workshops to fast track your progress. And that's all. So there you have it, your essential brush calligraphy toolkit for beginners. I hope this helps you get started on your calligraphy journey. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe and share. Also let me know if I'm missing anything, so drop in the comment box your favorite calligraphy supply, whether it's a pen, a paper, let me know. And remember, every stroke tells a story.
Bye bye.